Hello Aries, welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're one of my incredible subscribers, thank you for being here, and if you're not, go ahead, hit the button, it's free. Stay, get your energy moving throughout the channel. Please note, these are general messages, they're not going to resonate for everybody. So take what does, leave the rest. If none of it resonates, it's okay, it just means it's not your message right now. Also, in addition, you can check out your moon, rising, and Venus placement videos. That might be more accurate, as we tend to have a number of astrological influences within our birth chart. See what we got for Aries spirit. What has been an influence as of late that you may want to point out to Aries? Beautiful. So the first card wanting to come out here for you is Destiny. Obviously, some of you may have been wondering, what is your destiny as of late? What is it that you're supposed to be doing? Maybe some of you have been asking the question, where am I headed? This is one of the major arcanas in this deck. This deck is Dreams of Gaia. Okay. So when we talk about destiny, of course, it's important. And it also aligns with, do you believe in destiny? Do you believe that there is somewhere that you're supposed to end up that either you chose prior to incarnating or that has been set up for you by the heavens above and the Creator? Speaks of personal destiny, I'm still waking up. Universal destiny, seeking answers and a purpose. Perhaps you were on a quest as of late. And key phrases that are associated with this card would be, your destiny is to become whole and connected, and to break a chain of some sort, to lead a life with meaning and purpose, to step inside and explore your heart and mind, to discover your gifts and talents, to find a sense of purpose and also confidence. Perhaps ancestral healing may be required. This card represents the 8th reason for being, and that's to embrace it. Embrace what your destiny is, and it's also twofold. You've got the universal destiny and a personal destiny. The universal destiny is usually to become whole and connected, to find your center, to overcome all that destiny involves. Okay? And to also overcome all that destroys your peace, and to face fears, and to let go of hurts, to love yourself in your life with unreserved delight, right? Like to be happy about what it is that you're experiencing. But that personal destiny is regarding seeking, right? And following your bliss. It's about finding and leading a life that has that meaning and purpose. But your destiny is not going to be found out there in the world, right? It's about stepping inside and exploring your own heart and mind. So whether this is you or somebody around you, somebody is really feeling the pressure of this. This is very important. This is something that they're valuing at this point in time. It's not predetermined. It is a choice that you're going to make based on inherent gifts and talents. And to meet the destiny, you've got to first discover and recognize what those gifts and talents are. Okay? So because this has shown up for you in the past, it signifies a need to go back to the beginning and to delve into the past, because sometimes we can find ourselves unable to determine what our destiny is in the present, because there is a past issue that has been handed down from one generation to the next that needs to be addressed first. Okay, so that could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be addiction. To these, there may be only a genetic component, but a spiritual one too. So, sorry, I'm going to just deal with my puppy here quickly. So, Maybe you felt that you had no reason to feel anxious in the past, and yet you do, right? And it's an anxiety that's with you all the time. Maybe you were raised in a happy, safe household, but yet you still feel consistently on edge. A voice raised in anger maybe makes you flinch, makes you want to hide. Perhaps you jump at shadows and always question and look for hidden meaning in others' words. Your fight and flight response may always be on the ready. You could be always waiting for something to happen in which you're reacting to, right? And that can be inherent. So one of your parents may also feel the same level of anxiety. So maybe that's where it came from, right? So maybe a little investigation might reveal a familial history of anxiety that has no foundation. It could be a fear memory that has been passed down from one generation to the next, like a memory that took root in the unconscious mind, very deep, where it influences your conscious mind and body. Perhaps there's history of, say, physical abuse or neglect or addiction or restriction that was passed down from one generation to the next, right? So if you had a parent who was a victim that grows up to become an abuser or an oppressor or an addict, and then imposes that same cruelty or neglect upon their child, then the child may grow up to do the same. So when this card appears in the past position, it's basically suggesting that your universal or personal destiny is tied to your past or a family line in some way. So there may be an ancestral or generational restriction or pattern that needs to be broken. And it could be your destiny to break it, right? So that it ends with you. And that's a huge piece, right? Like that's very heavy. That's heavy because it's a big cross to bear, but also it speaks to how strong you are to be able to take on that challenge. And perhaps that's the reason why you've incarnated. So let's see what's going on for you and how that's affecting the now. And if this isn't you, of course, this could be somebody that you're dealing with. Maybe it's even parental. Maybe you're having troubles dealing with somebody that you love who might be carrying generational pain and acting out, and it might be hard and you don't know how to form boundaries. Beautiful. So now you have the Maiden, and I believe this card came up for you before. So this does speak to going within and learning about yourself and what it is that you want to do. Maybe perhaps this card, now that it's coming out, is saying that you're not stuck in a past situation anymore, or a person you're dealing with is not stuck in a past situation. It's time to open up and accept the fact that some good things are happening for you, and that this is your time to be able to change things. So this card speaks of independence and self-esteem and confidence and self-expression and self-exploration, self-interest, even sexuality or creativity, maybe even selfishness or codependency or timidity. So you could be dealing with someone like this, right? So it speaks of following your dreams and discovering your passions and focusing on self-discovery. Maybe not automatically falling in line with what it is that you've experienced and grown up with. It also speaks of increased independence and seeking your own answers. This is somebody who walks an unfamiliar path but does so with confidence and grace. They've been taught by those around her that it is not selfish or conceited to follow their dreams, and they actively work to manifest their goals and desires, and does so without needing permission from anyone. Okay? So because this card is showing up in the present, this speaks of being young and beautiful and pure and representing the arrival of spring, which is a time of transition and change. So a symbolic, right? Like this individual is symbolic of a moment that is bright with new promise. It's a fertile moment, one that may bring both abundance and independence. So now is the time basically to embrace growth and excitement and anticipation. So even if there's nothing generational here that needs to be healed. Perhaps this card is telling you you do have a destiny and it's time to go within to find it. So if you've been feeling lost, you know, just as late frost can lay waste to new growth, ridicule and unkind words from others can give rise to maybe doubts and questions that can in turn result in self-sabotaging behavior. And so maybe this is something that you're experiencing around you, or someone around you is experiencing this with you, and they feel a little bit downtrodden, and maybe they're getting to a point where they feel they need to be strong and firm, or you need to be strong and firm. If there's a need, definitely take steps to protect and nurture all that is new and vulnerable in you from those who seek to limit and restrict your growth. So if you did have restrictions in the past, this could just simply be an insight into saying, oh, well, you know, what restricted me in the past that has become such a comfortable existence for me that I allow it to continue? Because I feel like there's something here saying, I need to be able to experience more. I need to be able to do more without this hindrance. Okay? So all that being said, and going on your path, let us see what's coming in the future and why this is important for you. Oh, that's a beautiful card right there. So that is card, oh goodness. I'm not good with Roman numerals, but it does represent Earth, and I believe it's the 9. So that's about independence. So that could be representative just as well as the 9 of Pentacles in the actual tarot deck itself. And that's about independence, but also spiritual awakenings, 9. It signifies that some big changes are coming for you in terms of altruism and generosity, charity, giving, receiving, selflessness, benevolence, humility, self-love. So you are definitely going through a huge change right now, Aries. And if not you, then it's somebody around you. And it asks, how important are your material possessions? It asks to support a worthy charitable cause or give away all that is no longer needed. It represents altruism and charity and generosity in terms of finally or suddenly finding that your life is full of harmony. You have creative energy headed your way and you're going to be happy. Abundance and true wealth is going to surround you, and material possessions are going to be less important, right, than they once were. You're going to want for nothing, and you're going to have no need or desire for more. Instead, you're going to choose to serve a higher purpose and give to others who have less, and to help others in need, or to support a worthy or a charitable cause. It's an act of a generous and caring spirit. But who is worthy? Who is deserving? Do you give without bias or expectation? Do you give equally to all in need? Or is your generosity conditional? What is it that you seek to gain from the act of giving? These are also questions that the 9 of Earth asks for consideration. So an act of charity born, say, from compassion can be transforming. To know that you've played a role in helping others can inspire a sense of deep satisfaction and well-being. It can be healing, not only for those who are helped, but for those who help. However, in some, it can also give rise to a sense of entitlement and self-importance. It can inspire a belief that acknowledgement and praise should be given. Altruism is the selfless act of giving, to give without expectation of reward, to give simply because one can and chooses to, and nothing more. So the 9 of Earth signifies that it might be time to go through cupboards and remove all that, you no longer need and do not use, and give away to, say, local charitable organizations that work to help others in need within your community. And then if there's any skeletons in those cupboards, might also be wise to deal with those too. But charity begins at home. So many people are willing to give to their families or a complete stranger a level of care and attention that they're unwilling to give to themselves. So this could be another piece of it, right? Like this is very in depth for you, Aries. Are you giving enough to yourself? Do you speak kindly to yourself? Are you constantly criticizing what you perceive to be your flaws and weaknesses? Will you generously knit, say, somebody else a sweater while you stand there shivering because you've not taken the time to knit one for yourself? Do you have a habit of giving your time to everyone else and leaving none for yourself? If you don't look after yourself and treat yourself with the same compassion and consideration that you afford to others, this neglect may very well take a physical toll. And how are you going to look after others if your health has failed you? So I feel like you're going through this growth right now. And whatever your destiny is, either it's important to ensure that it's being done from an altruistic place, that it's coming from an altruistic place, that it's not to gain attention, right? It's like those people online who videotape themselves going and doing good deeds for others. Is that necessary, or are they trying to get the attention to feel validation to prove that they're a good person? Why can't they know in their own heart that they're a good person? And usually that comes from a past, right? It's like this person didn't get enough love or care or attention at home, so they seek it out externally. But whilst they're doing it, it's also shedding a truth to others that this really isn't altruistic. It's like you're doing this to get fame and attention by posting these videos online. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's very interesting. So whether you're dealing with somebody like this or this is someone for you, it's either you need to start taking care of yourself because perhaps you didn't have that growing up, or perhaps it's time to take a journey within and really question why you do the things that you do. And if this isn't you, this might be someone around you that you can lovingly explain this to, right? You could say, look, are you doing this because you truly care for me? Are you being nice to me because you love me? Are you, trying to help me out because you want to see me thrive? Or are you doing this because you just want attention in some way, shape, or form? So these are very interesting questions to ponder, but regardless, you're going to want for nothing in the future here, which is beautiful. You've got amazing things coming forward, okay? So this is good stuff. Let's get you an oracle from Spirit and see what message they have for you. Spirit, what message do you have for our beautiful Aries? Aries, Aries, Aries. Look at that rainbow. Beyond the light of this world, there is an inner light that always shines bright. Speaking of the Baden card. Close your eyes and be guided by your inner light. Feel it flow through your entire body, your thoughts and emotions. Feel it relax and heal every part of you. Listen to the immortal dialogue between your soul and spirit. This is the never-ending story of you, your destiny, what it is you want to create, what it is you want to change, what it is you want to heal, what it is that you want to manifest. It's all down to you, and you've got that power. All right, Aries, sending you so much love. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Oh, also, let me know in the comments how this may have affected you, or if it triggered something within you that has helped in some way, okay? Or given insight in some way, or even just a comment about what you heard here. Awesome. Sending you so much love. Bye, guys.